Having gone down in the first 2 games of their season, Goad and Pike get us underway in the middle of the ground. Immediately onto it is Dersma.
And Sid Draper, yes, a bottom age player that has been their best in the opening 2 games. An exciting player. He's burst from the centre of the...
Kicks it short. It's not a great one to McCabe. Has some work to do, but they still come up with it, South Australia. Chain of hand passes in defensive 50s, broken up by Dersma. McAuliffe trying to assert his authority in the centre. Have the numbers. Lual gives it off to Wilson. His squaring kick is a turnover. McAuliffe is caught by Delarue.
He's had 32 and kicked 3 against Norwood last weekend in the SANFL Under-18 competition.
We're not saying he's going to be Tom Papley. We're saying he's got some of the tricks, and one of it's that innate goal sense. He knows where those sticks are. He's dangerous when he gets it up forward. He also can lay.
Weren't you?
No.
No, I wasn't either.
Billy Wilson was there on Friday. They sung happy birthday to him, apparently, and that was the extent of the celebrations. Rips the footy away. Stevens went looking for Dersma. Pinched by McAuliffe, who's been prolific for South Australia.
Welsh to get a couple of goals too. One of their 17s, one of 6 in the game that is bottom age, so that's a great response from them.
First 4 of the game for Vic Country. Times Cal in the conversation as a potential #1 pick.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was probably how he started this season. Probably not in that frame at the moment, given Harley's dominance, but certainly a prospect potentially for the first round.
McAuliffe, a long bomb inside 50 for South Australia. It falls at the feet of Delaney, snaps it around the body for a brilliant goal. Jed Dignan kicks in board. Might have turned it over, South Australia here. They're under pressure. Now Dersma.
Here's Draper for the Crow Eaters. Just got it to McAuliffe out of Port Augusta, Connor Rosie territory. Playing his footy these days for North Adelaide. Left footer across the defensive 50.
Vic Country work it forward. That was high contact.
Clubs will be buoyed by his midfield time today too.
Yep.
I wanted to see him in the centre square. We've seen that 12 disposals and 3 clearances out of the middle.
Another one who's had some...
Against, by the Allies and Vic Metro, but they've really come to play today. As Dersma doesn't look too great after that contest. He's back to his feet, which is a good sign. Pike in ruck, down to McAuliffe. Skies it inside the arc. Kick from Draper is smothered. Slade, almost taken high. Umpire called play on. McAuliffe using his strength. Back to Slade. Dignan ran into a brick wall. And 6 marks and 6 rebound 50s. It's really growing in stature. And as you mentioned, such a general down back for South Australia. Meanwhile, up forward, McAuliffe towards the top of the square.
A trip to WA to come in a couple of weeks before the Allies and Vic Metro.
McAuliffe laying a tackle for a while. So a new game-high lead for South Australia. 16 points in this 3rd term. Dishes it off to McAuliffe. From 50 out! A long bomb! Just touched on the line.
Corky, so he won't play the rest of the game, but has escaped a knee injury there, which is good news.
Absolutely.
We've seen both last year and in this first 3 quarters would suggest that he's got the talent to get there. A long way to go, but very, very exciting for the Crows.
Rochelle, Australia today, comprehensively beaten in their first 2 games. Kane McAuliffe getting a little bit of a reprimand for the umpire there for being a little bit...
Tries to find Pike, and Astosopoulos overruns it. McAuliffe. And passes over his head. Well done to Evans, who kicks.
Crows fans will be licking their lips watching young Tyler Welsh. Dersma gets ridden into the turf by McAuliffe, who's been impressive for Vic Country. The other way comes Montgomery. McAuliffe's handball goes missing. Ryan over the...
He's terrific, isn't it, Shift? It's amazing to come in and dominate a midfield from the get-go, and he's really lifted and taken his handful under-18 form into the national carnival.
Learned too about the capabilities of the individuals, but the lack of connection today has stood out. They haven't been able to get that their game style going to the level they would hope for in game.
Kick out wide taken by his namesake Harley. Fraser's thrown down.
For Vic Country, they've This is their first game of the championship, so still a lot of room for improvement with this squad.
It's been a great bounce-back performance from South Australia. It's taken until their third hit out, but they're on the winners list in the championship.